remorse
and then he
or
uses
regret
his
for what
arm
he's
as a
doing.
spear.
And the aftermath for
Crazy.
this, going looking like this. This is his arm.
That's what I'm saying. This is what, yeah. Yo, what's good with y'all boys, man? Welcome back to another video. You feel me, bruh? It's been a minute since I dropped any type of anime content for y'all, bro. Any anime reactions for y'all. And so I decided to bless y'all today with one of them, bruh. An Olama-sama video at that, bro. He's one of the best to do it, bro. Ranking the craziest crash outs in fiction, bro. Of course I had to watch this one, bro. You know what I'm saying? And without further ado, go ahead, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, bro. Let's get straight into it.
Throughout 2024, we've seen plenty of terms being used and become a part of our everyday language, but one of the most popular words that's been ingrained into 2024 has got to be the term crash out. And to be honest, the word's been driven into the ground to a point where it can legitimately be considered brain rot. And I think we can all agree that over time, it's lost a large part of its original meaning. So in today's video, I want to not only remind ourselves what a crash out actually is, but also talk about some of the biggest crash outs in all of fiction. So first, let's define the term. Urban Dictionary has multiple definitions that are fitting for the meaning. The most popular definition says that a crash out is to go insane and or do something stupid. Another one says that a crash out means to get really mad or upset or lose all your self-control. But my personal
crash out, bruh, means that you get angry at something or something like that, and then that's what it is. You crash out. You do something, like maybe your girl cheated on you or something, so you crash out. What that means is that whatever you're going to do is going to end up in you like dying or like getting sent to jail, or you're going to ruin your life after that, bro. That's what a crash out is. You're crashing out. You're a crash dummy. Come on, man. Like, it's not hard. It's really not. Let me see what he said it is.
My personal favorite definition has to be that crashing out means to willingly or unwittingly enter into a situation knowing
where the outcome will not be good.
Yeah,
that's what a crash out is. That's 100% what a crash. It's not just getting angry and like, you know, just getting angry and then acting out. That's not crashing out. Crashing out is something that's going to end in you not be good, bruh. That's what crashing out is, bruh.
We can get the
idea your girl
that
cheat on you and you pull out the blick on her and the dude. You going to jail for the rest of your life. That's crashing out.
That make up a crash out. There first seems to be a moment of anger / insanity that causes someone to do a stupid action which will likely have bad consequences. With these ideas, we can make some criteria in order to grade some of the characters in this video. We'll first need to look at the buildup or the initial event that causes the person to get angry, because there obviously needs to be some type of actual buildup in most cases. We should also consider the fact that if the moment justifiably caused a crazy response, then it can't really be considered a crash out. Like if someone took your usual seat in a classroom of unassigned seats, it may or may not be justifiable to start tweaking out on them in class. Y'all can be the judge of that one. Then we have to look at the scale of the actual crash out, because let's be real, some people will say they're crashing out and it's just them being a bit grumpier. Like, no, breaking a plate when you're angry does not mean you crashed out. When I talk about crash outs, I'm talking about driving into a McDonald's because your girlfriend broke up with you, or doing the nonsense Antonio Brown was doing. The aftermath of the event must also be taken into account as well. Are the consequences really that bad? If they aren't, then we gotta dock some points. There's also a factor of remorse that should be considered as well. Like if you see someone crash out and they have no regrets afterwards, then it'll be graded much higher on the scale than if remorse was shown after the event. With all that said about the way, we should start talking about characters who have crashed out. And by the criteria I've just stated, we're not being Mickey Mouse here. So don't expect someone like Gojo during his awakening to be here, because he was not crashing out in the slightest. First character we're gonna cover is an iconic one, Majin Vegeta. When you take a surface level look at things, Majin Vegeta seems to be pretty severe on the grading scale. But let's look at things just a bit closer and see if it's actually as crazy as we may have initially thought. Let's put ourselves about 7 years after the events of the Cell Saga. Goku is dead due to sacrificing himself to Cell. Gohan is in high school now and also got into cosplay. Trunks grew up a bit, there's a mini Goku, and Vegeta's really just been chilling. It's pretty clear at this point that his character has been going through some changes, with him giving up fighting and really becoming more of a human. The Earth is really becoming more like his home every single day, whether he likes it or not. But then Goku tells everyone that
he gave up fighting.
He's allowed to visit the living world for 1 day to fight in the world tournament, and Vegeta gets a little giddy. He's been hoping for a day like this for a minute, but as Dragon Ball typically goes, there is some world-ending threat that prevents that match from happening. This time though, the threat could actually be prevented before the world-ending part comes to reality. So fast forward a bit, and Vegeta, Goku, and Gohan are on Babidi's ship to stop Babidi and his minions. However, Vegeta's strong desire to not only fight, but beat Goku brought out some of the older Vegeta's characteristics of being a selfish, heartless warrior. This allowed Babidi to use his mind control to take Vegeta over. Okay, so he's evil now, is that it?
Yeah, he did kill people to get Goku angry. That did happen. That did happen.
Even start. First off, let's get this straight. Vegeta was not mind controlled by Babidi because of something Babidi did. No, that man Vegeta allowed himself to be taken over just to get strong enough to beat Goku. He was clearly able to fight out Babidi's commands, and let's listen to this real quick.
If I hadn't gone to these lengths, we wouldn't be about to fight.
Okay, now we're creeping up that scale fast because Majin Vegeta is clearly a threat. In his first appearance, he blew up an entire crowd of random people just to try to beat Goku one last time.
Just for Goku to have had the Super Saiyan 3 the whole time. Nuts.
He knew doing something like this would force.
Oh, by the way, what song is this? Beat her up. I was seeing double projects. Mad at myself when I put it to the side. I'm gonna have to cater for a couple. This is not old. Road after school on the way to Popeyes, and people wanna play both sides. It's a red dot. Done it all that. What song, bruh? You be. I just need like just a bit of the chorus, bruh. Mad at myself when I put it to the side. Yeah, bruh. I had to get over the coupe that we rode. This is Baby Keem. This is Baby Keem. What song is this? People play both sides. Don't get on the wrong radars and the red dot. Don't get on the wrong radar. Come on. And then I pop out and did it again and did it again and did it again. Y'all know what song? I know the song. I just don't know the name. I need something to like refresh my mind. I listened to the whole album. It was tough. Anyway, let's get straight to it. I'm not going to remember the name, bro.
Goku to fight him. He had his wife in the audience, and I don't know if this
specific actually that's nuts. And Chi-Chi and them, that's crazy. Maybe he knew they would protect them. That's nuts.
Of Vegeta really cared about hitting her. So right now, in terms of the scale of this crash out, we have a bunch of random Earthlings dead and your wife fainting at the thought of your character regressing. And the buildup that caused all this was Goku coming back, causing Vegeta's pride to go wild. But there's still the aftermath we need to get into. Goku and Vegeta are fighting, but then Goku realizes that Majin Buu might not be as much of a joke as they initially thought. Goku tries to call off the match and Vegeta agrees, only for Vegeta to sneak him. With Majin Buu being revived, Vegeta tries to fight him, but he is clearly outmatched. This is what leads us to arguably the best episode of DBZ, where Vegeta's heartless exterior is broken down and he decides to sacrifice himself for his family and Goku. But that blast ain't really doing anything. Majin Buu came back.
You killed people already on the stadium though. Oh, heartless sacrifice. They're here. You blew up some people for a fight.
Transformed and murked everyone on the planet. So let's look at everything we've just seen. Vegeta essentially did all of this because of his Saiyan pride and desire to fight Goku. Yeah, so let's be real, his reasoning was not good enough and was just based on selfishness. The actual crashing out included Vegeta murking an entire crowd of people and regressing his character back to his older self. Imagine your friend got beat in a video game that he was supposed to be the best at, and he went on this crusade murking people to try and get the run back. The aftermath was fairly bad as Vegeta's whole stunt caused Majin Buu to be revived, who snowballed into Super Buu and Kid Buu. However, I should mention that Vegeta did show a lot of remorse. He was also able to wish back the people he murked, redeeming himself for some of his actions. So I'm gonna have to deduct some points off the crash outness of this moment. I feel like due to the immense amount of remorse Vegeta showed during the final battle, I'm gonna have to grade Majin Vegeta's crash out a 7.5 out of 10. I do believe this moment does fit the definition of a crash out, as he did do something relatively stupid without any regards for the outcomes. However, he did regret those actions. Like I said, if you're doing things like driving full speed into the LA Fitness and you'll say you'll do it again, then you've got to be graded higher. A certain character later in the video will personify this idea to a T. Switching genres just a bit, I want to shift to a different character, that character being Symbiote Spider-Man. Symbiote Spider-Man is an interesting case because he's one of the few characters that could be seen as an actual crash out, meaning that we're not just defining one action of a character, but the actual character themselves. Basically, in all Symbiote Spider-Man renditions, he has the potential to start tweaking out and doing something that is really excessive for the situation. As I kind of emphasized with Vegeta, violence against random people is rated very highly on the crash out grading scale. However, we don't really see a lot of the Symbiote Spider-Man just punching up random people.
I was about to say, like, it's never like that. They always stop before they get to that like tipping point where they start being like,
he's more so
it's like they just whoop the villains a little bit harder, bro.
Peter's interactions with his loved ones and how his increased irritability affects his relationships. We can kind of infer that he'd do this with complete strangers, but I don't know if Peter typically has a suit long enough in a lot of media to actually start doing stuff like that. In my opinion, based on the criteria I mentioned before, symbiote Spider-Man gets a lot of his points from what he be doing to his villains. Half of the time, the villains don't even do anything crazy, but symbiote Spider-Man will go out of his way to try to murk them. Look at what happened with Shocker in the animated series. Spider-Man verbatim
bro was running for his life,
said he'll go to the ends of the earth to find him. He was not joking. I know he was not joking. And I'm pretty sure all of this started because Peter went out of his way to fight Shocker after breaking into Eddie Brock's house.
Wow.
Stuff like this is just not justified in the slightest. Spectacular Spider-Man also straight up tried to murk Dr. Octopus, but he wasn't necessarily doing charity work, so there's at least a bit more justification. But at the end of the day, most of the symbiote suits get taken off because Peter sees that he's becoming too violent and irritable. So I'd say most versions of the symbiote Spider-Man will probably be a 5 out of 10 on the crash out meter, but we'll give the animated series Spider-Man a 6 out of 10 because that series made sure to really show Peter tweaking out. There are comic versions that are probably higher on the scale, but I'll stick to what I know. Before we get into the Demon Child, if you're enjoying the video and you haven't done so already, you might as well subscribe. With that being said, next character whose crash out is getting graded is Gone.
Emma got naked at book club. Yes.
She's more like a sister to me because we share everything together. She has helped me.
Freaks. But for those who are unaware, y'all may think that he's just a kid. So how could he really crash out? I just want to let you know that you cannot be any more incorrect. Gon is a 12-year-old, but he's one of the most unhinged 12-year-olds I've ever seen. Like, even Killua, after all the things we've seen him go through in his life, is nowhere near as crazy as Gon. During the Chimera,
in fact, he was the one stopping Gon, Brand. He was raised by assassins. Crazy.
Gon and Killua meet Kite for the first time. Well, Killua meets Kite for the first time because Gon already knew him. The 2011 anime did a bad job explaining it, and I'm sure that a lot of people watched that version of the series. Kite was one of the main reasons why Gon wanted to be a hunter in the first place. So later in the arc, when Kite got attacked by Pito, Gon started getting angry and was about to do something stupid. Killua did the right thing and retreated with Gon and left Kite behind. This is when we can really see how unhinged Gon can really get. Gon saw Kite's arm get cut off immediately and thought to himself, don't worry everyone, I know Kite's alive. We're already reaching dangerous levels of delusion, but you know, he was kind of right. Kite is alive, he's just not looking too hot. Gon then promises to get Pito to fix Kite, which, come on now, who's gonna tell him? Gon probably knew that Kite was cooked from the beginning, but he was just in denial, which probably makes what he does next even crazier. And if you want some more analysis on why that may be, I'd recommend you go watch this video because I think it provides a new perspective on Gon. To not drag the build up for too long, Gon and Killua meet Pito and Gon is ready to fight, but Pito's unable to fight because they're healing a young girl. Gon is furious because he doesn't want to be responsible for an innocent girl's death, but he really wants Pito immediately. Pito asks Gon to wait for some time and he agrees. After the time is up, the two go off to see Kite. Pito then reveals that they can't fix Kite and that he's actually dead, which causes Gon to transform.
Yeah, he was tweaking out.
In case you don't know,
I'm gonna let him explain, but yeah.
Happened, Buddy just aged himself like 10-20 years to gain enough power to fight Pito. The fight that proceeded was not actually a fight, it was a beatdown. Truly a one-sided devastation. Killua arrives and Gon is still punching Pito after they're clearly dead. And you
know what makes it crazy? I don't know if he's gonna say this. What makes it crazy is that when you do this is not good for you. You can't just do this. This is the end of his. Imagine you have powers, bro, and you just sacrifice all of them just to beat one person up. Not to save the world, none of that, just because you angry, bro. Your future just down the drain, bro. Just down the drain because this dude made you mad.
Was understandably shocked because his best friend, who's the same age as him, is now a grown man and has enough Nen to bake a royal guard. However, as we may know, Nen can get stronger after death, and one of Pito's abilities was still active, allowing them to cut off Gon's arm. But after his arm got cut off, he tells Killua that he's fine and he feels happy. He feels happy. Yes, he is showing absolutely no remorse or regret for what he's doing. And the aftermath for this, Gon looking like this. This is his arm.
That's what I'm saying. This is what, yeah.
Bro, don't let his smile trick you. He is willing to throw away his life for
his life. That's a crash out, bro.
This is probably the first crash out of this variety on the list. With Vegeta's case, we see him murking other people and not caring about anyone else but his fight with Goku. In Gon's case, depending on who you ask, Gon is justified in trying to murk Pito for revenge, but in the process, he's willing to throw away his own life, which in my opinion constitutes as crashing out. The fact that he shows little to no regret for all of this is also very telling. And let's not forget, Gon is doing all of this at 12 years old. What was I doing at 12 years old? Playing with Beyblade? Grading Gon's crash out is actually pretty easy. Although the buildup has decent reason for a more drastic sarcastic response, Gon's response was well beyond the threshold. Gon forcefully aged himself a couple decades, which just blows away my system.
How the hell did this old man Netero let this little kid go in there, knowing very well that Pito would wax the hell out? Oh. He didn't know that Gon was gonna do that, bro. You just sent a little kid to his death. Now that I think about it.
Suspension of disbelief. Gon not only murked Pito, but spent God knows how long punching their corpse. Then there's him not really caring about what happened afterwards or if he died all for the sake of revenge. And then there's the potential he went into all of this knowing Kite was gone for real. Yeah, 9 to a 9.5 out of 10. Threat to society and a future tyrant of a country. I don't even need
Can you even beat that on a crash out scale, bruh?
To real life to make y'all understand why Gon deserves a score like this.
Yeah,
the next character I want to talk about is Bakugo, who has similarities to Symbiote Spider-Man in the fact that Bakugo has the potential to be an actual crash out. Bakugo is your standard hot-headed character, but this guy has the ability to create explosions from his hands, so you can see how that may end up. Bakugo has had many instances where he has been prone to do violent acts with little to no provocation. Shoot, any conversation he has with Deku feels like a 50% chance of him bugging out and getting angry. Honestly, any conversation this guy has,
if I was Deku, I would have beat the brakes off this boy, bro. I would have beat the brakes off this boy. He used to bully Deku too. Like I'm not hearing this, bro. Deku too soft. It's one of the reasons why I don't really like that dude, Deku.
Ready to fight. He was ready to fight Mirko over some little comments. Even when he was spending time with kids, he was a madman. You could probably make an hour-long compilation of Bakugo being a threat to society. This is the same guy who also chose his hero name to be Great Explosion Murder God Dynamite, which is definitely a name of all time, I won't lie. However, the thing with Bakugo is that he won't actually end your life. The most he'll do is beat you up or blow you up a bit. Like, Bakugo hasn't actually murked anyone he said he wanted to murk. He's all bark and some bite. That bite being explosions that can level buildings and produce massive concussive forces. The one thing I'll give Bakugo is that before he and Deku got closer, he was coming extremely close to some homicide charges. Like, what did Bakugo think would happen if he hit Deku with his blast? Deku was cooked.
Yeah,
like,
he was trying. Yeah, he was. Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, teachers were worried that when it comes to Midori, this dude was trying to kill this dude. I ain't gonna lie.
No more seasons after this one cooked, but as we all know, he does tone it down a fair amount after this season. If he was like this the entire series, then we'd be having different conversations.
Yeah.
But for now, I think I'm gonna have to give Bakugo a calm 5.5 on the crash out meter. Similar to Symbiote Spider-Man, Bakugo is quick to anger and will lash out a lot, but this also extends to random people. However, since he's a hero, he hasn't demonstrated the tendency to have actual killing intent.
He's got restraint. You don't count. You can't put Gon on here and then put Bakugo afterwards.
Docking him a couple points. To be honest, he's more hot-headed than anything. I can't really call someone much of a crash out who won't actually murk
he's
anyone.
not.
Finally, I wanted to briefly discuss two other characters, first of them being Datara. I don't even have much to say. He's high-key crazy, but I don't even think he's much of a crash out. Like, he blew himself up, but he's genuinely just like this. Passion for something will make people go to crazy extents sometimes. 4 out of 10. Muscle Man has some crazy moments too, like when he took on an entire army. This was low-key justifiable though. I just spent thousands of dollars because I thought I won the lottery. Then someone or something tells me I didn't win, I'd start bugging out too. But taking on an entire army,
Muscle
I don't know
Man
about
be
that
crashing
one.
out,
I give
bro.
this a calm 5.5 to 6.5 out of 10 because you are fighting an entire army. But this stuff is kind of normalized and regular.
Yeah, but this one, I mean, there's other points where he just does some dumb shit, bro. Crashing out for no reason, bro. Especially when you take off his shirts and start doing that little pig squeal noise, bro.
Show. Thank you guys so much for watching and hope you guys are having some very happy holidays. If there are any other characters or moments I missed, comment them down below and I might make a part 2 to this video. I'm still not sure yet. I'm also planning on uploading again before the year is over or when the new year starts, so look out for that. Make sure you guys rest up well.
Hey man, belated Merry Christmas to y'all. I completely forgot, bro. It's been a couple of days and I'm probably gonna post this tomorrow, bro, because I'm gonna edit. It's probably gonna be like the 28th or something, bro. Belated Merry Christmas anyway, bro. You know what I'm saying? I hope you enjoy it, bro. Hope you spend it with your family. I hope you do have a family, all that good stuff, bro. Let's not make it sad. Let's not make it sad.
During these times and spend time with your family and or friends. With that being said, have a great day and peace out.
Same to y'all. Have a great day, bro. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe while you're at it, bro. And you can watch one of these videos that are popping up on your screen right now, bro. Or you could just leave. Don't you have something else to do? You don't got a job, bro? Nah, I know you got a job. You watching me, bro. Enjoy your day.